Good morning, students. Welcome to today's lecture. Last class, we discussed about internal angles, external angles, the relation between these two, and some formulas which helped us to find number of sides in the case of regular polygon. Okay. Now, before starting to the next topic, let's complete question number 5 and 6 of the last exercise. The A part of question 5 is saying, is it possible to have a regular polygon with measure of each exterior angle as 22 degree? They are asking you a simple question that you have some figure in front of you. They are asking, is it possible for that figure to be a regular polygon if each exterior angle is 22 degree? Let's check. What we know is we can find number of sides with the help of external angles. Let's find the number of sides and then we will decide about it. Okay. So to check, first thing given to us is exterior angle is how much? 22 degree. So we have to find number of sides. We know the formula is n multiplied with exterior angle is equal to 360. Now we know the value of EA how much? 22. So we have to isolate this n on the left side. So we have to take this 22 on the right side. It comes in division. When you solve it, what you get answer is 180 upon 11 as number of sides, that is n. What do you think? Is it possible for a polygon to have 180 upon 11 number of sides? No, because number of sides can never be in fraction. It has to be in simple number, a simple integer, or you can say a simple whole number. So in this case, you can say this particular regular polygon is not possible. Okay. Now, B part is, can it be an interior angle of regular polygon? So they are saying this same angle which was earlier exterior, what if this becomes the interior angle? In that case, what do you think? Will that be possible? Polygon. For that also, what you have to do, you have to first find exterior angle with the help of this. So what you know is already that IA plus EA is equal to how much? 180. This time they have told you that this angle IA is how much? 22. You can easily find EA with the help of this equation. After finding EA, just check the same thing. After finding exterior angle, just find the same thing and observe what is number of sides coming. If number of sides coming a simple whole number, a simple number like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or more than that, then it is possible. If it is coming in fraction again, then it is not possible. Okay. Now, question number 6. What is minimum interior angle possible? What is minimum interior angle possible for a regular polygon? We all know the regular polygon is a polygon having all sides equal. Okay. What is the smallest polygon that we have? A triangle. Then we have a quadrilateral, pentagon, and so on. Okay. You have to find minimum interior angle. Let's understand how to find this. First of all, minimum interior angle possible we have to find. We know more number of sides means large value of interior angles. How? Because you have observed in equilateral triangle the angle is 60, 60 and 60. In square the angle is 90, 90, 90, 90. So as we are increasing the number of sides of a regular polygon, the value of equal angles is also increasing. So if we want to find minimum interior angle, we have to go with the minimum number of sides, and that is only case of triangle. Yes. So we can say, let's take minimum number of sides for polygon, that is 3. This is the case, and we all know what is the angle of a regular triangle or a equilateral triangle. Yes class, it is 60 degree. So we can say minimum interior angle possible for regular polygon is 60 degree. Okay, I hope you got this. Now the B part. What is maximum exterior angle possible for regular polygon? In the A part we found what is the minimum interior angle possible. In B part we are going to find what is maximum exterior angle possible. Let's see that. Okay, for maximum, sorry, this is maximum exterior. This is exterior. Kindly correct it. Maximum exterior angle possible. Okay, this is not interior. I wrote it by mistake. Okay, before anything, what we know is that IA plus EA is equal to how much? 180. How? Why I have written this equation? Very simple to understand what we want. Okay, we want this EA to be maximum, isn't it? We want this EA to be maximum. So, if you observe, this is a balance. This is a balance. This is other balance. You have what you say. Um, you have bought sometime fruit from market. है ना? Suppose this is apple. This is mango. You can say this is apple. This is mango, and this is a weight of suppose 5 kg. Just think about it. A simple correlation. This is the left side of weight, and this is the right side of weight, and this is the arrow which shows that they are in balance. Okay, now think, if you want to increase mangoes, this thing can't be changed. Okay, 5 kg will remain safe. If you want to increase mangoes in this what you say container, है ना, in that container which we put the fruits to what you say to weight them. If you want to increase number of mangoes, what you have to do is you have to reduce number of apple. So to make mango maximum, apple should be minimum. Is it? Are you getting this? If you want to make exterior angle maximum, then interior should be minimum. Okay. And in the last part only, we found the minimum interior angle possible. Do you remember that? How much it is? 60 degree. So we will use that thing. I hope you got this. If not, just rewind the video and see it one more time. Okay. Now, so to find maximum value of EA, we want to find minimum value of IA, that which is how much? 60 degree. So 60 plus EA is equal to 180, which gives me EA is equal to 120 degree. That is the answer. So this is the maximum value of exterior angle possible. Okay, done. Both comes in the case of triangle only. Now comes the most important part of this chapter, quadrilateral. Because chapter name is understanding quadrilateral, so this is the most important part. And if you understand this part very much clear, it will help you a lot in class 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th, because geometry is full over there. You can say half portion of mathematics is geometry, and half portion will covering all these things only. Okay, so this is the basics. This is the first floor of that building. So please make this floor very much strong. Let's start. So the first thing in quadrilateral is there are mainly three type of quadrilaterals. As per me, I have made this. So I'm making like this. First type as parallelogram. You must have heard this name parallelogram. Second type is trapezium, and third type is kite. People keep on changing these types on their what you say convenience basis. I keep it like this. It is easy for me and for students to understand. Now we will start one by one. First of all, about parallelogram. What do you think? What is a parallelogram? A parallelogram is a quadrilateral in which there are two pair of parallel and equal sides. What do you mean by two pair? One pair means two. If you say I want a pair of what you say sharpener, So you are buying two sharpeners. So pair means two. So in this case we have two pair of equal and parallel sides. So you can say this AD and BC, the first pair which is equal and parallel, AB and CD, the second pair which is equal and parallel. Second property of parallelogram is opposite angles are equal. So you can say here angle A, which angle is opposite to angle A? Angle C. So A and C are equal, B and D are equal. Okay. Now, third property is adjacent angles are supplementary. If you remember the term in the last class, supplementary and complementary. Complementary means the sum of angles is 90 degree. Supplementary means the sum of angles is 180. So, adjacent angles are supplementary. If you understand this angle A and B are adjacent because they are one after another. So, the sum of these two angles is how much? 180. Similarly, B and C sum is how much? 180. C and D sum is how much? 180 and so on. Okay. This is property of parallelogram. Now, before moving further, let's discuss the other two. Second is trapezium. How a trapezium is different from parallelogram? The difference is very simple. Here we have only one pair of opposite parallel sides. Not even equal, only parallel. So you can say AB is parallel to CD, only parallel. Okay. In this case, we had two pair of parallel as well as equal sides, which were opposite to each other. In this case, we have opposite sides itself, but only one pair parallel. Okay. So AB is parallel to CD, then it becomes a trapezium. Okay. When two pair parallel equal, parallelogram. If one pair parallel, it is trapezium. Area of trapezium is given by half height into sum of parallel sides. Just write this right now. It is of no use for you. I guess I just mentioned it here. It is of no use for you right now. Okay. Just a formula for area. We will discuss this later on, not in your chapter. By mistake, I have written over here. So, third thing is kite. Again, you can observe here we have four sides, here we have four sides, here we have four sides, but they all have different properties. That is why I made three types of quadrilateral. Now, what is a kite? In a kite, there is a simple definition that two distinct consecutive pair of equal sides. So you all have seen kite flying in the sky. In this, these two adjacent sides are equal and these two adjacent sides are equal. Okay, no else property is there. Only AB equal to AD and BC equal to CD. The most important for you right now is parallelogram. You should concentrate more on properties of parallelogram. Now, let's see. This parallelogram is a mango tree, or you can say the parent. It is a type of parent who has some special cases. So the special cases are rectangle, square and rhombus. First thing I want to tell you is that these three are special case of parallelogram. That means they have all the qualities of parallelogram. That means these three have all these properties of parallelogram. Apart from these properties, they have some special characters. They have some special powers, you can say. So in the rectangle, let's see what is a special power. A rectangle is a parallelogram with one angle equal to 90 degree. So if you have a parallelogram and one angle is given to you as 90 degree, you can say that parallelogram is known as rectangle, or you can say that parallelogram's other name is rectangle. Second is square. What is a square? It is a parallelogram with one angle 90 degree and all sides equal. So there are two things. It is different from rectangle. How? Because angles are 90 as well as all sides are equal. All sides were not equal in the case of rectangle, if you what you say observed it. And third is rhombus, also a child of parallelogram. The property is a parallelogram with all sides equal. So here no concept of angle equal to 90 degree. Only thing is all sides should be equal of a parallelogram, then it becomes rhombus. We will discuss in the next slide more about this. See, I have written the properties over here. Just understand one by one. Don't see the diagram completely. Just see where I am showing you. This is a diagram of parallelogram. You can see this is a parallelogram A, B, C, and D. So you can observe I have written the name in continuation A, B, C, D. This should be followed by you also. Okay. What I have done after that, I have drawn a perpendicular from B, this one, BK on the base AD and perpendicular DE. This I will discuss later on. Before that, let's see the properties. First of all, first property is AB parallel to CD. This we already know that AB and CD are parallel because we know opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. As they are parallel, they are equal also. Similarly, AD is parallel to BC, AD equal to BC. Angle A equal to angle C. I have told you this thing in the last slide also because they are opposite angles. B equal to D, same thing. Now, angle A plus B, that is adjacent angles, is equal to B plus C, that means this plus this, is equal to C plus D, that is this plus this, or D plus A. All of them, you take any two adjacent angles, the sum is always how much? 180 degree, because it is a property of parallelogram that the adjacent angles are supplementary. Apart from this, we know what is the diagonal. Diagonal is obtained when you join these two like this. In parallelogram, diagonals bisect each other. What it means? The term bisect means dividing in two equal parts. So you can say this part AO is equal to OC and this part OD is equal to OB. So this is known as diagonals bisect each other. Okay. These many properties will be same to same followed by our child rectangle, square and rhombus. Apart from these properties, they have some extra also. Okay. But they have all these of parallelogram, that is for sure. Okay. Second thing, what is perimeter of a parallelogram? Very simple. Perimeter of any polygon is sum of all sides. And second is what is area? Area is given by base into height. Okay. You can take this AB as base and this DE as height for this formula. Now, let's see one by one the cases. First is rectangle. In the case of rectangle, I have told you a parallelogram with one angle equal to 90 degree is a rectangle. So suppose given to me is angle A as 90 degree and ABCD is a parallelogram. Let's see what are the other angles. As angle A is 90, what can you say about C? Very simple, also 90 because we know in a parallelogram opposite angles are equal. So this is done. Similarly, if A is 90, what about B? I know that in a parallelogram sum of these adjacent angles is 180. So I obtain A plus B equal to 180, which gives me B equal to 90 degree. When B is 90 degree, what can you say about D? It is opposite to B. So D is also 90 degree. So you can say if one angle is 90 degree, all become 90 in a parallelogram and it becomes a rectangle. Second thing, it is saying diagonals are equal and bisect each other. This we have seen in parallelogram also, that diagonals bisect each other. Here this is extra property. What is extra? It is saying AC is equal to BD. This is a extra property of rectangle. Okay, and this we already seen. This one we have already seen in the case of parallelogram. Okay, this was already discussed. This is new thing in rectangle. So you have to understand the differences, how the child is different from parent. Okay, now let's see the second child of this parent. The second child of the parent is square. Square, I have told you one angle is 90 degree and all sides are equal. So if one angle is 90 degree, others will be also 90. This we have proved already in the case of rectangle. Second thing, all sides are equal as I've told you. Third thing, diagonals are also equal. So AC equal to BD. The new thing here is diagonals are equal as well as they bisect each other at right angle. That means these angles formed between diagonals is how much? 90, 90, 90 and 90. Again a new property. Don't worry. You must be thinking there are so many properties. How would I remember? Na? It is very easy. When you keep on solving the questions, it will be clearly come in your mind. But you have to revise it more often. Now last child, that is rhombus. Let's see how rhombus is different from his father, or what extra he has apart from what his father gave to him. Okay. Now see, the first thing is all sides are equal, as I told you in the property last slide. Second thing, very important, diagonals are not equal. Diagonals were equal in these two, but diagonals are not equal in this case. So a point to remember very crucially. Third thing, diagonals bisect perpendicularly. So it is same for square and rhombus. In both of them, diagonal bisect perpendicularly. It can be asked from you, what are the difference between square and rectangle? What is the difference between rectangle and rhombus? So you need to understand the differences also at the same time. Okay, try to compare these properties, then you will understand more about this. Okay, so last thing is area is given by half diagonal 1 into diagonal 2. A simple formula we will discuss later on about this. Just I mentioned over here. Okay, find perimeter of parallelogram PQRS. Very easy. We all know what is parallelogram or perimeter, sum of all sides. If this is 12, this is also 12 because in parallelogram opposite sides are equal. If this is 7, this is also 7. So I can write P is equal to sum of all sides. P is equal to PQ plus QR plus RS plus SP. Put their values. PQ is 12, QR is 7, RS is 12, SP is 7, and solve it to get the answer. Okay, I will not waste time on this. It is very easy. Now find perimeter. Oh, it is done already over there. It is done. So no need to do it again. Next one, example 4. BEST is a parallelogram. Find XYZ. So you can see BEST. Again observe they are in continuation. BEST. We are not breaking the chain. Second thing, they want us to find X, Y, and Z. I guess you can find it on your own. I want you to pause the video right now and try it on your own. Very easy it is. Just follow the properties and you can find. Now see, how will you find angle x? If this is a parallelogram, can't you say that they two are opposite to each other? So we can say angle B equal to angle S cos this property. So x equal to how much? 100 degree. After obtaining x, what can you say about z? They both are adjacent angles and we know adjacent angles are supplementary. So x plus z equal to 180. So putting the value of x as 100 and taking it to right side, it becomes 180 minus 100. So z come as 80 degree. Finally, we have y. There are many ways to find the value of y. You can take linear pair thing, y plus z equal to 180. Or you can say that x and y are corresponding angles. So they both should be equal. That is why y became 100 degree. Got it? Now, in parallelogram, okay, this symbol is for parallelogram. This is parallel, and if I write GM, it is known as parallelogram. Don't confuse with this. In parallelogram, RING, if measure of angle R, we call it measure of angle R as 70 degree. So this angle is given to us as 70 degree. Find other angles. A very easy question. A very easy question. Nothing to what you say worry about this. Just name the angles and it is easy for you. So I have named angle R as 1, angle this as 2, angle this as angle 3, this is angle 4, and we can say 1 and 3 are equal. Obviously, why? Opposite. So 1 and 3 are equal. This means 3 is 70 degree. Then I can say 3 and 2 are adjacent. What do you say? 1 and 2 are adjacent. Like this I have done here. So this gives me 2 equal to how much? 110. When I've got angle 2, can't I find angle 4? Same case, opposite angles. So I hope you can do and understand this thing very easily after understanding the properties of parallelogram and its child. Okay. Thank you. Have a nice day. Keep revising it to understand better.